Hey, what's going on, phone dags? BoHD here, and this is the Amazon Echo. It's a rather unusual device, and surprisingly one of the first of its kind. It's a speaker with a rather intelligent voice assistant formerly named Alexa. She's always on, she's always connected, and she's always ready to give you information and carry out tasks. Now, from a hardware standpoint, the Amazon Echo consists of this black cylinder. It's made of plastic, but the build quality is pretty darn good. The bottom portion has holes for the speaker, while the top half is just a matted, smooth plastic. On the very bottom of the device, we have a port to power the Echo, and then up top we have a mute button, there's an action button, there's a light ring that goes around the top, and a 7-microphone array. And then inside and out of view, we have a reflex port, a 2.5-inch woofer, and a 2-inch tweeter to give you those crispy high notes and that deep, smooth bass. And in terms of sound quality, I found that the Amazon Echo actually delivers a very solid sound quality. I mean, it's very rich, it's certainly not tinny, and with the 360-degree speaker, it can actually fill up a room quite nicely. Now with that said, the Echo doesn't have the absolute best sound quality, but for the price, it's really not too bad at all, and I actually really enjoyed listening to smooth jazz through the Echo. But the Amazon Echo is much more than a speaker. It includes a powerful voice assistant, kind of like Google Now, but from Amazon, and with less search results, if that makes sense. The voice assistant is named Alexa, like I mentioned earlier, and you can ask her all sorts of questions. You can tell her to play music from Prime Music, or you can tell her to play music from Pandora. You can even ask her sports scores, traffic updates, and you can ask her to control certain Wemo and Philips Hue devices with your voice. So here's a sample of several different questions and tasks you can ask her. Alexa, play Modest Mouse on Pandora.
Getting your Modest Mouse radio station from Pandora. As long as you're gone.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Portland, it's 82 degrees with cloudy skies. Tonight, you can look for clear skies and a low of 54 degrees.
Alexa, when are the Rockets playing?
Schedule information for the next Rockets game is not yet available.
Alexa, add lettuce to my shopping list.
I've put lettuce on your shopping list.
In addition to that, she's a personality similar to Siri and Cortana and can give you personal replies more so than Google Now. She's not terribly talkative, but here's a sample of some of the replies she can give you. Alexa, what are you wearing?
They don't make clothes for me.
Alexa, how old are you?
I was released November 6th, 2014.
Alexa, what do you think of Siri?
Siri's a great app, but I'm different.
Alexa, what's your favorite color?
My favorite's blue. No, wait, yellow.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why was the broom late? It overswept.
Got him! Now, she works in conjunction with the Amazon Echo app, which is compatible with iOS, Android, and Fire OS devices. From the app, you can control all aspects of the device. You can view to-do lists and shopping lists, timers, alarms. You can control music playback through Prime, Pandora, iHeartRadio, TuneIn. You can even enable voice purchasing and one-click payment methods, which is kind of cool, but it also makes me a little bit nervous, especially with other people using this device, so I disabled it. I will note that a lot of the things in the app and the settings can be accessed and changed using your voice. You can also customize the news sources for Echo, and I found that the news and the flash briefing to actually be very useful as she plays the audio from the news sources you selected and doesn't just read out the news in a robotic voice. Alexa, tell me the news.
Here's your flash briefing. In NPR News from TuneIn.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear.
Now, in addition to the app, you have this remote which can control the Echo, and it's pretty straightforward. The coolest thing about this remote is that it has a microphone built into it, so you can make voice commands directly from the remote. So if you're too far away from the Echo, you can just use the remote. But the Amazon Echo is designed to be placed in the middle of your room so that it will be conveniently able to give you information, and that's exactly how I used it throughout the past couple of weeks. I used the Echo to answer all sorts of questions I had and I needed an answer to, and for the most part, it was able to deliver the information I needed. I used Echo to impress my house guests, who were truly impressed with how advanced it is, or how advanced Alexa is. Everybody was super impressed with her, and rightly so. She was able to pick up my commands 95% of the time when I was using her, and at pretty far distances, I will add. I will note that my house and my living room area is very open and it's connected to my kitchen, so if you guys have a very similar setup or a lot of open space, then Echo is going to work better for you. Now, this is a first generation device, and like many things in life, if you expect too much or have too high of standards, you're probably not going to like the Echo. I mean, first of all, she's not necessary and she's not perfect. I often found myself wishing she could control my TV. I also wish she relied on non-Amazon web services like Google to further improve her sources of information, because a lot of seemingly simple information-based questions she just couldn't answer, which could be really frustrating. But with that said, the Echo cost $200, but you can get her even cheaper for $150 if you have a Prime membership. I was even lucky enough to score her for $100 when she was first available to pre-order, and for that price, I think she is worth it. For the current price of $150 to $200, I think she's a tiny bit overpriced, as she could still be greatly improved upon in terms of her voice functionality. I mean, sound quality is surprisingly good. I mean, for a Bluetooth speaker of this caliber, you're going to probably pay a similar price without all of the bells and whistles that Echo features, so I think you probably could justify the price from that aspect. Keeping in mind that there's no auxiliary port, so you will have to rely on Prime Music and the compatible apps, or you can stream music via Bluetooth from your smartphone or your tablet. Alexa is just the icing on the cake to this futuristic Bluetooth speaker. Since she is based in the cloud, her functionality will continue to improve. While the Echo, once again, is far from necessary and isn't perfect, I have actively enjoyed using the Echo, and while I think she's not quite ready for prime time, she's still pretty darn impressive. And if you're on the fence about purchasing the Echo, either take advantage of the Prime discount or wait a little bit longer until she becomes more compatible with more apps and services that you'd actually use and enjoy. For example, just in the past few months, she received an update with Pandora support, traffic updates, and the ability to control some of your smart appliances. So her functionality is always expanding. With that said, guys, as always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. If you guys have any questions, concerns, definitely let me know down below in a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.